Alright, we're going to try some stupid stuff, so this is probably going to get stuck in the tree. G'day, Stu from UAV Futures here, and today, well, we're back with another happy flying video. Now, before I get started, I'm pretty pumped actually, because that was the first time that I've ever been able to do that sort of, I think they call it like a Maddie flip or a Maddie stunts flip or whatever, that one where he comes backwards through the trees. I know a lot of people can do them, but I was pretty excited because that was sort of the first time I've tried it out in the field and not on the simulator, and it went really, really well, so I was very, very happy with it. Anyway, today what we're going to be talking about, I guess, pushing yourself and trying new things, trying to work on some quad consistency, and just some little tips to get you better at racing. Now, here I am flying the Martian around, and I don't know what was going on with this course, but it felt really good. So the boys, when I got out there, had done a really good job designing this course. It felt really flowy. And there was no real sort of speed chokes or anything like that, so I was this is probably, I'm going to put it down to the most fun course that I've ever raced on. It had a few ups and downs, and just felt good the whole way around, especially this part. I love zipping through there. It felt really, really cool. Anyway, talking about some race consistency, and this is probably something I noticed when I was out in the field today. My mate Trev, who I fly with quite a bit, he was, struggling a little bit with some of his quads, and I was just seemed to be ripping out pack after pack after pack on this quad right here. And then I sort of realised that he was swapping over a quad he takes about 5 or 6 out. He has quite a few. But every time we did a battery, he would be like, okay, now maybe I'll try this one, and now maybe I'll try that one. And I really think my advice to people out there, if you're trying to improve your skills, or you want to get better at racing or something like that, just stick to one quad for a little while. So you really want to learn what it's doing, because I know if I was flying this and then I jumped over to another quad, there'd be no way I could fly so well. So you really want to make the most out of these sessions. So if you're really trying to go faster or push yourself a little bit harder, and you've taken a few quads out, definitely stick with one for a little bit and see how it goes. Or maybe you've got one quad that fits a certain size battery. Do all your batteries on that one, and then when you're out of those sort of batteries, then jump over to the next quad and do a bit of a solid session on that quad just there. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I think I was just floating around, or my battery was probably getting a little bit low actually. I was destroying batteries today, so I felt a little bit sad there for my voltage beeper in the quad. I think I was getting about 2.5 minutes on a 1.4 amp hour battery, so a 4S battery there. So yeah, I was coming in flat a little bit, sort of at 2.5 minutes. It was getting a little bit funny. Does anybody else's head tilt up in the air sometimes when they're really pushing themselves? And the other thing I want to talk about too, this is another good little tip that I think is really important, is when you're flying around, a great skill, and this sounds kind of weird, but is to try and follow people. So if you're following people on the race course, I really think that's going to pay off when you actually turn up to race day, because something that this happens to my other mate Perry, he can fly really, really well, and I love racing against him, and especially when he's trying 4S. But when I get in front of him, that's when he makes all his mistakes. I don't know, look, how crazy is that? That came out of the blue, so yeah. But when I get in front of him, that is where he starts to make the mistakes, because he starts staring at my quad instead of focusing on his own line. So a good tip that, I think this just comes down to practice and being disciplined enough. So a good tip, sometimes I will purposely follow somebody and just try to, and I consciously tell myself, just worry about your own race, worry about your own line, don't stare at their quad, because if you're busy watching how their quad's going around a corner, or if they're pulling away or accelerating or decelerating or anything like that, you're going to be spending all that energy focusing on their race lines and their race times rather than pushing your own quad and finding out what your own quad can do. And that's probably when you're going to crash as well, when you're actually staring at the quad in front of you. And then on top of that, if someone's got LEDs, I really think you should be following behind some LEDs as well, because on race day, if you've only practiced against, you don't want any distractions. So if you've only practiced following against like one of your mates and he doesn't have any LEDs or anything like that, and you rock up and someone's rocking like some RC timer or some of those super bright single color LEDs, they might be like totally distracting your mind, and you want to minimize those distractions. So all you have to do is focus on your lines, your races, your times, and just how you're going through the air. So that's probably a good little tip that I can give people to help with their race form. And I don't want this to come over like I'm talking like some expert or anything like that. I'm just talking about, I guess, some tips or some advice or things that I try to do to push myself and make myself a better flyer. And that's really what it's all about for me. having fun and just pushing myself every day, getting, I guess, faster and faster, and then taking these quads to new limits, because where else can you sort of do these crazy maneuvers and feel like you're flying around in the air like this? And then finally, I guess the last little tip that I want to talk about for racing is surrounding yourself with better pilots, or people that can really push you. So, well, it doesn't have to be better, just people that are going to push you to be your best and really push you to go faster and try new things, and try to be the best pilot that you can be. Because I really believe you become an average of the people you hang around. So if you really are focused on getting quicker lap times and you want that to happen in your quad, you should definitely surround yourself. The battery was pretty much dead right there. I think that's where it cut out. But you should surround yourself with pilots that are better than you. So that is a big tip I can suggest to people is if you want to get better, surround yourself with people who can fly better than you. Now, I'm pretty lucky because I haven't met any of these guys yet, but I'm just going to give a little shout out because there's some fantastic pilots down here in Victoria in Australia. And there's like Thomas from BMS Web. He's an absolute gun. He flew in Dubai, so I'd love to race against him. There's another pilot called Vec down here who I'm a massive fan of, and also this dude called Webb who sort of came out of nowhere, and he's been flying for a little while, and he's got some awesome videos as well. And then this other dude, Snake, so Snake, like from Metal Gear Solid, I think that's how he's also got some wicked videos. So and I know that those three, those guys get together all the time. I don't know if they do training or they just muck around and have a good time, or if they're all in the same club, but they are all gun pilots. So my dream would be to sort of have a session with those guys. I'm sure they'd kick my butt because they're all brilliant pilots, but I would love to sort of meet up with them. And so if any of those people out there, if any of you guys watch this, definitely keen to meet up and sort of fly with you guys. I think that would be fantastic. Anyway, that was just some little tips to help you guys, I guess, improve your race game or your race times. But subscribe for more FPV related content. I hope you like this happy flying episode. I know I went for a little bit longer. And as always, happy flying. I think I tried to do that Matty Stunts flip one more. I was running out of battery again there, really destroying him in this session. I tried to do that flip one more time, but it didn't end so well.